Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. I am glad it's Friday. I'm excited for the weekend for sure. I'm planning on going Christmas shopping and skiing, and I usually go to yoga on Sundays. So, planning on that. So, yes, I'm really looking forward to the weekend. I hope that you are too. All right, today I want to talk to you about my client, David, because for the last 3 days, I have talked about gut health and how an unhealthy gut affects sleep, how the tests that I use to look at gut health, and then the 5 steps to restore gut health. So if you've missed any of those, you can definitely go back and listen or watch those. But today I want to tell you about an actual person who was able to fix his sleep by working on his gut. So, David came to me. He had been struggling with sleep for at least 10 years. And the thing was, I mean, I want to say like a health nut, like I am. Like he was kind of into biohacking. He was taking lots of supplements. He ate really well. He exercised. He works on stress. He does a lot of meditation. And so he actually helps like busy, successful business owners and yes, and just high achievers in general, helps them get balance in their life with meditation and spirituality. So he had already tried so many things. So not only was he not sleeping and he had gotten on Trazodone, but he also, like, his gut hurt all the time. And this had been happening for decades, really. And so I knew, right off the bat before we even tested that the gut was definitely going to be a piece of the puzzle. And of course it was. It's going to be something that we're looking at anyway, even if you don't have any digestive issues. But for people who have digestive issues, like we know that is a part of it. So that's definitely something that we want to look at for everyone. And so within 2 months of starting the program, he completely got off Trazodone, was sleeping 7 hours a night, and his gut felt so much better. And he said, the sleep is really improving. Perhaps equally important is that my body is just feeling more healthy. I'm definitely tired at night when it's time to go to bed. I fall asleep relatively quickly. Keep in mind, this is without any pharmaceuticals. And again, this is only 2 months into the program. So it takes about a month to get the test results back. So he was only, a month into taking any of the supplements that I recommended as well. So his test results showed, and especially the GI map, showed that he had high levels of H. pylori, which is a bacteria that lives in the stomach that affects protein digestion. He also had candida, which is a type of yeast that is very toxic. It produces this toxin called acetaldehyde that causes a ton of inflammation in the body. And like I mentioned earlier in this week, if candida shows up on a stool test, it means that there is a massive infection. So this was a big part of why he wasn't sleeping, because those pathogens are nocturnal. So it's the middle of the night that they are most active, which means that they are eating and excreting and releasing all these toxins, which causes a ton of inflammation. And whenever there's inflammation, the body releases cortisol because it's an anti-inflammatory hormone. But we don't want our body releasing cortisol at night because cortisol gives us energy and makes our mind race. And our body's not supposed to release cortisol until the morning when it's time to wake up for the day. So it totally made sense why he was waking up and only sleeping 2 to 3 hours a night, even though he was taking sleeping pills. Now, he was also reacting to gluten, because these pathogens had damaged his gut over time. So that was part of it as well. He had liver detox issues, so I could tell that from the other tests. And even the GI map does have a marker for one part of liver detox called glucuronidation. And so I could see that he was having detox issues. He had really high cortisol at night, which made sense with the pathogens in his gut. He had mineral imbalance, which also happens when the gut becomes damaged and then it can't absorb nutrients like it's supposed to. And he also had high arsenic, which is a heavy metal that can build up. And he likely had mold toxicity as well. So I recommended supplements that were targeted specifically for him. And we also worked on improving his diet, even though he was already eating pretty well. He just needed to make a few changes to get more in balance and to kind of dial things in. But changing his diet was hard at first. So we figured out what would work for him and his wife, who did most of the cooking for their family. And then as we were working together, one supplement didn't agree with him. So I gave him a second option, which worked well. So again, within a few weeks of working together, he got off meds and was sleeping at least 7 hours most nights. So we were only a couple months into working together, and he had already seen this major improvement, which I love to see. And he got better so quickly, honestly, because he had a coach. I mean, he made the changes, right? But I helped him by looking at his case every week and answering his questions. And, I could change course immediately as needed. And so that is really the benefit of the support that we offer in the Complete Sleep Solution program. So, people ask, well, can I just get the test and a plan and I don't need support? And I did that for a period of time and found out that people still needed support, right? So you're always going to have questions. And a lot of times the questions don't come up, in your appointment, right? Like say you go to a doctor, how many times does this happen? You go to a doctor, you talk about things, and then you get home and you're like, oh, I still have all these questions that I've thought about since then, and I have no way to get them answered. So I really believe that that's actually what is one thing that's missing from the medical system is having that support. Like, it's really hard to just be recommended a ton of different things to do and to not have any help doing that. And so it's easy to get overwhelmed and then not do anything, and then you're not going to get better. So that's why the Complete Sleep Solution program is the fastest way to consistently sleep 7+ hours and fix your gut as well. So the program is a 6-month program. So you get 6 months of support, 12 sessions with a coach, and you also have chat support. So if questions come up between your sessions, you can get them answered. So you don't have to wait to get the support that you need. And it also includes analysis of 4 different lab tests that I used so that we can see exactly what's causing your sleep issues. So you don't have to lie awake at night anymore wondering why you can't sleep. I know that was like one of the most frustrating things for me is not being able to sleep and having no idea why. Well, guess what? There is a reason why, and we can find what it is with the lab testing and then fix it so that you can sleep normally like you're supposed to. So if you are interested in the program, the first step is to schedule a consultation with me. So we'll talk about what's going on with your sleep, what's going on with your health, what your goals are, what you've tried so far, and, explain why that hasn't worked. I'm sure you've tried a lot of different things to figure out your sleep and optimize your health. And if you haven't gotten better, it's just because something is missing or something has been missed so far. It doesn't mean that you can't get better. And the way to get better is to look at everything that is affecting your sleep and your health. So not just gut health, like gut health is a critical piece of the puzzle, but also looking at hormones and minerals and neurotransmitters and everything that is affecting your sleep and health. And so that's what I do in this program. That's why it's different from anything that you've done before. And so I do all 4 tests, and then I do different assessments right up front, right off the bat to get everything that is affecting your sleep and your health. Again, so that nothing is missed. So definitely schedule a consultation if this is something you're interested in. And we'll talk about how the program works and how it can help you get the sleep you need and really optimize your health so that you can live a long and healthy life. All right. I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you next week.